Tour de France 2022. How can Pog beat the JV train? You know, they're turning ski jumpers into Tour de France contenders, all right? Next level crashes, disc brake lockups, spectator dramas. Imagine trying to ride with that many patches on you. It's cutthroat out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's just how it is. The sponsors ain't interested in backing donkeys. They want race-bred stallions, all right? The JV interested in the stallions. All right, simple as that. The workhorses. Can you win the race? Can we impress the sponsors? Can we make money off you? All right. A pro cyclist's worth is based on their watts per kilo. All right. Their watts per kilo. It's like an 18-year-old hottie in the club. It's based on her bra size and a hip-waist ratio. If those numbers are good, baby, you're in the club. We'll pay you to be here. All right. We'll pay you to dance on stage. Otherwise, if those numbers aren't good, you're paying the door bitch to get access. All right. This is how it is. So watts per kilo is the currency it takes to be on the GC train, on the GC Dream Team. That's just how it is, and how it always will be. JV, Jonas Vingegaard, the JV team, all right, all looking like they're on the durianrider protocols, super skinny, high cadence, high sugar, high hydration, high red blood cell count. The durianrider protocol, all right. You can't win the Tour de France unless you're red blood cell count is at mutant levels. All right, you got to get it right up there. It's all about the hemoglobin. Okay, people understand how important red blood cells are. Red blood cells are everything. Okay, you take red blood cells out, well, you have massive red blood cell die off. Your performance dies off. If you have red blood cells coming in, your performance is coming in. The paychecks are coming in. The girls are coming in, or if you're into that, the guys are coming in. All right, it's just how it is. Okay. Hemoglobin, watts per kilo, glycogen petitioning, hydration, the green jersey leading out the yellow jersey up the climbs. When was the last time we saw this? The green jersey going for the last TT win. When have we ever seen this? It's the aero bikes, it's the disc brakes, all right? More spokes is faster, apparently. Look at that. When do we see the green jersey dropping off the last win of the Tour de France's on the last climb of the Tour de France? When do we see the rider from Denmark up the climb, Hortekam, without any exertion, on the face? When's the last time we saw that? I think we've never seen this. This is, as Peter Sagan said, this is a new level. This is fantastic to watch. It's professional sport, people. Stop thinking this is a fairy tale. It's Red Bull. Is carbon fiber bikes made in China for max profit. It's a sporting spectacle. Enjoy it for what it is. Stop going, are these riders, is this clean? Why don't you ask that about the soccer or the tennis, okay? Just because cycling has, look at that, look, when do you see a Wimbledon player give someone their t-shirt for helping them with a broken tennis racket? So cycling's the greatest sport out there, okay? It's a show, it's a circus, it's a marketer's dream. Enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it for what it is, okay? There's only one way you can be that lean and having zero fatigue after 3 weeks of racing, high stress racing, all right? Drama, media pressure, okay? You get these things create anemia. And it's like that if they did another 2 weeks in the Tour, the watts would have gone even higher, all right? The level this year, I'll say it again, the fastest Tour de France of all time. People say, but it's like the bikes are more aero. They raced in the valleys more. The bikes aren't more aero. More spokes is less aero. Have you ridden the S5? I have. I've ridden the Cervelo S5. And I thought, this is a freaking gravel bike, all right? They're riding gravel bikes with all these extra spokes. And they're doing the fastest Tour de France ever, okay? Think about that, okay? In the heat. With 41 less riders. Oh, it's tailwind every day. Tailwind every day in France? Yeah, sure. It's okay. It's sports, it's performance, man. Right? These people are paid to win. Okay? Paid to win, man. Don't be surprised if someone who's paid to win, their identity is on winning, that they'll take stuff to help them win. All right? It's pro sport, people. It's not just cycling. It's every sport. Running, swimming, tennis, weightlifting, UFC, MMA, boxing, everything. Everything is based on the red blood cell count, okay? The red blood cell count. These guys could go, wait, look how fresh he looks. Look how fresh he looks, you know what I mean? Look how fresh he looks. Amazing. This race was so exciting to watch. It's so exciting to watch the battles. But anyway, let's get to the video. What I love about cycling is the drama, like the spectacle. You never know what's going to happen. Flat tires, crashes, spectators test positive for a flu, the Wu-Chu Flen bat-suit virus. Like, it's just, you never know what's going to happen. Your disc brake rubbing too much, photographer's lens is too long, gets caught in your spokes. You never know what's going to happen in the Tour de France, all right? And you got these young riders in their 20s, just absolutely cranking it, man. And then you got Annemiek van Vleuten, who's 39, 40, and she's absolutely smoking the women's field. So you got the youngsters and you got the oldsters, okay? You got everyone out there just getting it done. Men, women, in-betweeners. It's fantastic. This is the Tour de France, and it is the highest level of the highest level, okay? You'll see guys who don't get selected for the Tour de France, regardless of their palmarès, regardless of their resume. They won't get selected because this is where the team can get marketing for next year, the budget. How many of these riders have their career locked in for the next year? You know what I mean? They all understand they're one crash away from working at Uncle Pierre's bike shop in Carcassonne, France. All right, remember that. All right, all these guys understand that they're one test away, one crash away from being discarded potentially forever. Okay, so it's about getting in there, getting your fame, getting your money, and getting out. All right, and trying to do it as long as you can. Okay. But again, with Lady Luck, you got crashes, you got scandals, you got all sorts of stuff. So it's cutthroat, man. All right. Now, yes, a lot of kids come from money, so they don't have to worry about too much about that. But a lot of kids don't come from money. Lance Armstrong didn't come from money. Jonas doesn't come from money. So a lot of riders don't always come from money, the champions. So they want to make it. And even the ones who do come from money, like Contador, etc., they want to have the fame. They want to have their parents be proud of them. So the pressure is huge. All right. So we have the Bahrain Merida scandals and stuff. It's not even a scandal. It's just the media just trying to look for something that everyone's doing. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. It's nationalism. People are like, this guy's from Denmark. He's good. He's from UK. He's good. The nationalism is hilarious. All right. At the end of the day, what comes down to is watts per kilo. What sort of watts per kilo are you doing into 2022 up the climb, last climb of the day? And how much exertion's on your face? All right. And will you go in full tilt? Versus, Lance Armstrong, 2005, used to be the fastest Tour de France ever, and now it's 2022. But again, just enjoy it for the spectacle it is. But how can Jonas win the Tour de France? I think Wout van Aert might win the Tour de France next year. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. All right, Jonas Vingegaard, his best result before last year was 8th Tour of Poland on the GC rankings. 8th. All right. And then he went from 8th in Tour of Poland to 2nd in Tour de France, okay, as a domestique. And this year he come back and won it. So pretty impressive jump up. Carbs for the win. Carbs for the win, guys. Cadence for the win. Strava for the win. People say, he was talent at 16. He wasn't much of a talent before that, but he put in the work and got his red blood cells, good. And that's what I tell all the riders, all the riders I coach. Anyone I coach. Even if you're not a rider, red blood cells. All right? If your red blood cells go up, your life quality goes up. Okay, it's all about the red blood cells. Red blood cells run on sugar, so the more red blood cells you get, the better your life is as a Tour de France rider. The better your life is as a mum. Okay, more red blood cells make you a better boyfriend. They make you a better girlfriend. Natasha's hemoglobin went up from 130 to like 142, and she's a different woman, man. All right, she's a different person. Okay. She was great before, now she's even better, okay? Red blood cells, it enhances who you are as a person, okay? It enhances who you are as a person because you feel better, all right? So, carbs, all that, breakfast, carbohydrate, lunch, carbohydrate, dinner, carbohydrate, durianrider protocol. All right, most of these guys know who I am. Most of these guys watch my videos about weight loss, etc. That's a fact. Especially the English-speaking crew. But it's the Tour de France, man. It's like, it's so cutthroat. What was that tire we just saw then? I think that was maybe a training. Oh, actually, it was a Pirelli. Well, I thought it was a Continental Ultra Sport. But yeah, this year with the frickin' the masks and stuff, and look at the fatigue on the faces there. All right. Whenever you see riders or runners or swimmers do the finish lap or the whatever, the finish K, and they're smiling and it looks effortless, you know what's going down. So my recommendation for all athletes out there, make it look believable, all right? Don't come across the line with your mouth closed, or like, hey, kissing the crowd. Like, come across with exhaustion. Lay on the ground, you know, put your hand up waving for oxygen. Like, put on a bit of a show, man, all right? What's this closed mouth business? Or like, I'm not even sweating. Come on, man. Like, let's make it believable, all right? Let's make it believable, gang. Make it look like it actually hurt. And that's how red blood cells do it. Like, I've enhanced my red blood cells. What got them right up there, 180? Mate, it's like a different world, man. It's a different world when your hemoglobin's at over 180 or 18, depends on what you're measuring. You know? Look at the bikes, man. So Pog can win the Tour de France. He has to get a better bike. These bikes is shithouse. What were they thinking? What was UAE thinking this year, putting Pog on a cyclocross bike with disc brake? You know, like, that's not a cyclocross bike. It is a cyclocross bike. Chain snapping, 12-speed junk. 12 speed's junk, all right? It's junk compared to 11 speed. 11 speed is much better, okay? 11 speed's way, way better. The chains are stronger, etc. Look at that, see? Calorie restriction at dinner leads to snacks later on. You know, I hope that's just a bit of a banter. You know, I hope these riders aren't going to bed hungry. If you are going to bed hungry, people, do my protocols, all right? Do my protocols. You'll be going to bed, you know, full, sleeping good, and look how lean I am. Look how lean I am. It's middle of winter, and I've trained the least I've trained for over 20 years, okay? So it's just the fat we eat, the fat we wear. But yeah, Pog's got to get on a better bike, disc brakes on a TT bike, disc brakes on a road bike. It's a joke. Yeah, sure, everyone else is on the same handicap, but hey, just go for marginal gains, all right? Let's go for marginal gains. Bring back the marginal gains, all right? Team Sky's dropped the ball. Not sure what they're doing. Ineos, you know, Sky, dropped the ball with marginal gains. UAE should pick it up, all right? That marginal gains basketball is sitting there on the tennis court, getting rained on. It's getting dusty. Birds are shitting on it. The marginal gains basketball just sitting there, abandoned, kicked over the fence by the bratty eight-year-old. You know, someone's got to pick it up. UAE, dust it off, clean off the bird shit, and get back on the marginal gains train. Disc brakes got to go. Okay? Just do it, man. All right? The mechanics, it's better for the mechanics. It's better for the drivers. Like, imagine having someone gets a flat tire and you have to give them a whole freaking bike. Like, it's just, it's faff. You know what I mean? It's faff. Yeah, then again, maybe the ASO have banned rim brakes and Mavic neutrals don't have a disc brake. They only got disc brakes on their spares bikes. Maybe that's the case. You know, so who knows? But I would just, you know, yeah, I don't know how the case that is. Look at this stuff, man. Look at this stuff. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing with the Uncle Chen Wu Flu bat soup thing? It's just hilarious, you know, hilarious. No, well, anyway, that's another topic. But yeah, you know, like, look at the Bahrain crew. You know, unfairly singled out last year. You know, like, it's a joke. You know what I mean? It's a joke. You know, let's hope Colbrelli comes back from whatever experimental medication that his government enforced on him. Luis Leon Sanchez, this guy's going to ride till he's 60. You know, I remember training with him back in 2005. The guy's evergreen, loves it, like Valverde. He's like Valverde's younger brother. And Tom Pidcock, how old's he? Like 18 or something. You know, look at that. He's drinking sugar. He's drinking sugar drink there. Sugar water, multidextrins, refined sugar for the win. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It has that descending. People are like, oh, disc brake. Look, he's not even using his brakes. Look at that. He's not even using his brakes, man. All right. It's not the disc brakes. It's the lack of brake use that makes you. The person who goes fastest down the hill uses the brakes the least. Okay, remember that. You want to go faster downhill? Use your brakes not at all, or as least as possible. Whoever uses the brakes the least goes down fastest.